Governor, last week you and I spoke about Izzy Tichenor's death in Davis County. This week we heard from the Davis School District a little bit about their plan to address racism and bullying in the wake of her death, and also that Department of Justice report. Two questions for you. One, is the Davis School District doing enough? And number two, should the superintendent resign?
Okay. Yeah, let me address both of those. So this has been a really powerful week for me. I had, again, this is just an awful, terrible tragedy. I had an opportunity to meet with Izzy's mom, her grandma, and the rest of her family. We spent some very tender moments together. And our heart, Abby and I, our heart is broken for that family. We love them. We express the love of the people of Utah, and they are feeling that love from every corner of our state. It was a powerful moment. I had another meeting that was also a powerful meeting, and that meeting was with the superintendent of Davis County and some of the other leadership of the county. And we talked about things that they have been doing over the past several months and about their plans going forward. And I left that meeting with full confidence in the superintendent and in the direction that they are moving to address this. A couple things that are important. These issues, especially around suicide, are so incredibly complicated. And by the way, anytime we talk about suicide, and I know you've all gotten very good at this in your reports, and I hope with your social media, as you're all tweeting out right now, that you'll please let people know that if you are feeling or thinking about suicide, that you will reach out for help. Again, we encourage people to use the Safe Utah app, the suicide hotlines, and all of those resources that are available. But the suicide is very complicated. There is, as I've talked to the experts here in our state, and we have a very robust process where every suicide is investigated, and especially every suicide with young people. And what they tell me is that in almost every case there are multiple factors that brings a person to choose to die by suicide. And so that process is important, and that process is sacred, and I hope we'll allow space for that process to happen. However, in the meantime, and this is what is unfortunate, there are some great things happening in the school district, and when the attorneys get involved, nothing great ever happens, and their ability to share some of the things that they're doing has been compromised by attorneys who are telling them they can't talk about it. Because of the Department of Justice investigation, all of their communications actually has to go through the Department of Justice, and then there are privacy laws that prohibit some of the things that can share, and that's all okay. And so what I want to communicate today is that even though there's some things that they can't share yet about what they're doing to address the Department of Justice investigation, that they are doing even more than has been broadcast out there, and more will be forthcoming. And so I have to tell you that superintendent of the Davis School District is one of the best superintendents we have in this state. He's an incredible human being, one of the most empathetic and passionate people I have ever met. He cares about every student. He has been one of the best to stand up when there is bullying and when there have been racist incidences, and I have full confidence in him moving forward. But I think it's important to say this, Daniel, and that is that just because we have this Department of Justice investigation in Davis School, it's really easy to school districts, really easy to point the finger there and assume that that's the only place where we have problems, and it's not. These issues are not just Utah issues, they are issues in our country, and it is incumbent on every single one of us to have a conversation with our children. You may not know that your children is being a bully, and you may not know that your child is being bullied. Sometimes the bullies have been bullied by someone else, and they're just reciprocating that behavior behavior on others. I've been very open about my own situation when I was younger, about being bullied, suicide ideation that I experienced as a young man, and this is happening. We have to be able to talk about race, and we have to be able to talk about bullying, and we have to be able to talk about disabilities and treating each other with love and respect. I appreciate the First Lady and her initiative around unified sports and working with our state's most vulnerable children. And so every single one of us has to do better, and Davis is going to lead out and help us in that effort.